Combee, the tiny bee Pokemon, is a 4th generation bug flying type first seen in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Its anime debut was Diamond and Pearl episode 31, The Grass Type is Always Greener, and Combee is based on honeycombs and bees. Combee's evolution Vespiquen is based on queen bees, the regular kind of queens, and beehives. Combee's name is a combination of honeycomb and bee, and Vespiquen combines Vesper, which is Latin for wasp though also refers to hornets as well, and queen. Combee can be found all throughout Diamond, Pearl and Platinum on slavered honey trees. Unfortunately, not only does it take at least 6 hours before you can encounter a Pokemon on a honey tree, it's more likely that you'll encounter a different Pokemon altogether, or sometimes nothing at all. Also, when you do find a Combee, you only have a 12.5% chance that it'll be female. Only the female ones evolve into Vespiquen, so be forewarned that if you do want to use one on your team, you might be waiting a while. Even when you do find one, you aren't exactly rewarded for your efforts. Vespiquen is kinda good against Gardenia, Maylene and Aaron, but that's about it. Even then, that's only because it has access to some decent flying type moves, and if a flying type is all you want, then there are plenty of better, heavier hitting options in Sinnoh that are also much easier to obtain. Vespiquen just isn't worth going out of your way to get, at least in Gen 4 anyway. The Combee line is also available to catch in Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black, White, Black 2, White 2, X and Y. Of those, Combee is only available in the aftergame in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White. There's not really much to talk about here, so let's just move on. Combee and Vespiquen are available to catch in the Lost Lawn Forest in Black and White 2. Thankfully, you encounter both of them in patches of grass, so they're much easier to get this time. That said, Vespiquen isn't very useful to you in the short term, having bad or neutral matchups with every gym leader in the game. If you want to stick it out though, and drag Vespiquen along for your adventure, it'll do surprisingly well against a lot of the Elite Force Pokemon. If you want an endgame wildcard, you can do worse than Vespiquen. Just know that Vespiquen has a medium slow leveling up rate, making it harder to train than normal. Combee is available fairly early on in X and Y on Route 4. Vespiquen is basically as useful as it was in Sinnoh, being kinda good against the fighting and grass gyms, and that's about it. Kalos has one of the biggest regional dexes in the series, so Vespiquen has plenty of competition, with some of them just being objectively better. You can do worse than Vespiquen, but that's not exactly praise. While Combee does have some abilities that Vespiquen doesn't have, they both suck and so does Combee, so I'm just going to move on. Pressure on Vespiquen doesn't really do much good. It's a good ability on bulky Pokemon that can last a long time, but Vespiquen isn't one of them. Its hidden ability, Unnerve, which you can get from a Combee in Horde battles, makes it so your opponent can't eat berries. This is really situational. Very few in-game Pokemon hold berries, and they aren't as popular in competitive as they used to be. Unless you're specifically trying to check a certain Pokemon with a particular berry-based strategy, you're better off with pressure. Vespiquen's stat total is 474, which is far from impressive. Its defense and special defense are great, its attack and special attack are decent, its HP is okay, and its speed is terrible. Vespiquen desperately wants to be a bulky wall, utilising its unique moves Defense Order to further boost its bulk and Heal Order to, well, heal. It's not very successful at this though, and the main reason is because of its typing. Bug flying is awful. Not only is it weak to a lot of very common types, it's also 4 times weak to rock. Sneaky Pebbles destroy all hopes Vespiquen might have had at stalling your opponent, and to top it all off, it doesn't even resist many types either. The terrible typing, not too useful abilities, and horrendous speed put Vespiquen firmly in PU, the lowest Smogon tier there is. Vespiquen can use Toxic, Tailwind and Destiny Bond, which might help you, but there are just so many better Pokemon that do everything Vespiquen dreams of doing. Its defend/heal order strategy isn't great either. All it takes is one critical hit for Vespiquen to fall, and sometimes you don't even need that. If you do want to use Vespiquen for some reason, make sure to bring a Spinner or Defogger on your team and look out for Pokemon with super effective moves like Aggron, Archeops, Flareon, Rampardos, Regirock, Raichu, and many, many more. To summarise, Game Freak really hate Vespiquen, don't they? I'm sorry for, this video just being so negative, but I really like Vespiquen's design and like the concept behind it, but it just sucks. It really, really sucks. Don't use it, it's not worth your time. If you want a Pokemon like Vespiquen that is just better in the main games, go with Staraptor, Heracross and Tentacruel in Gen 4, Scolipede, Escavalier and Ferrothorn in Black and White 2, and Mega Venusaur, Aegislash and Yanmega in X and Y. Thanks for watching the 5th installment in this series of videos. This channel was primarily where I uploaded my Twitch streams and highlights, but since I can't stream at the moment due to a bad internet connection, I plan on making a lot more of these kinds of videos instead. If you're interested in these videos, subscribe to the channel in order to see the videos as soon as they do come out. There's no schedule or frequency at the moment, so this is your best bet for seeing them when they do eventually come out. Thanks again.